Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me on Single Mom Sessions. My name is Sophie. It has been a couple of Saturdays that we haven't been having our sit down sessions, and honestly, it's because on the one Saturday or the one week rather, I was potty training my little boy, and then the weeks to come it was just work and holidays. I think one week was that Easter holiday, and I just wanted to be with the family. So there's always going to be excuses, but I am sorry that I was unable to post something or to say that I wouldn't be able to. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about co-parenting, and that's another reason why this video has been delayed, because I really wanted to have a proper sit down and just don't feel rushed into getting into this topic. Just my understanding of how I approached it and what worked, what is working, I think, for us at the moment. I'm going to share with you the one lesson that I had to learn just starting this journey of co-parenting after separating with my son's dad. And that is, we really had to start from a clean slate. It was the understanding that our relationship as partners has ended, and our relationship as parents together in one household has ended. So now we are entering into a new kind of relationship where we're co parents. None of us have done this before, we're very new into it. So let's just start there. The fact that we have no idea what is the right way and what is the wrong way, and instead of just putting too many expectations on each other and then getting disappointed because those expectations are not met, it was really healthy when eventually after some time we got to a point where I felt like we allowing each other to learn through the journey, to just understand that, you know what, I may not know that what I'm about to do is not going to work. Just a mere example, initially I thought that it would be better that he comes and visits our son at my place. And then on the first attempt he was just like, no, this is not going to work because I don't feel comfortable being here. I don't even feel free to interact with him and to play with him, because this is your space and I just want some private time or alone time with him myself. Can you trust me to do that? And you think something is going to work, and then it really does not go as well as you think it is. So allow yourself and your partner just some room to dab here and there until you figure out what works for you. That is something that, personally, from my experience, I just wanted to share with you guys, that we really had to learn to start off clean, to say, hey, you know what, let's start afresh. You really just forget about you guys' relationship and everything else that is basically in the past, because that is not part of your present anymore. The reality is that you guys are co-parents now, and that is something that you have to figure out. So put your focus into that. Allow yourself some room to still figure it out. Don't put too much expectations on each other, and yeah, just learn from there on. But other things that I wanted to share was what I actually got from the session that I had with a clinical psychologist. And what he told me, first of all, was that we needed to sit down and come up with a parenting plan. So, apparently, a parenting plan is mostly what's done when people get divorced. But he was saying, it doesn't have to be that formal with you guys, but basically just sit down and figure out how are you going to contribute to the raising of your son. And this can be with anything and everything. So, uh, we met at his place, and we basically discussed on what is our approach, because we're just starting, so these are just plans and we can always alter them as we go. But yeah, so we also discussed visits. how often he wants to visit him, when he wants to visit him, uh, and what I'm comfortable with if he is taking him to his own place. It's just a guide. And eventually when you start doing these things, then you see it, okay, no, this is working for me, this is not working for me, so you can alter it as you go. But just to have that basic agreement to say, we know, we did this together, we know what expectations we put down of each other. So you cannot come now and tell me that, no, but you're expecting too much because this and this and this. But no, we sat down and we agreed that this is fair. And the psychologist also made it clear that as the child grows and more, the more he goes into things, maybe school and other extramural activities and stuff like that, then you have to add into the plan to say, okay, so what's going to be your contribution in this aspect? Even with the clinic visits and the doctor's appointments, that's something we also discussed to say, do you want to be part of that? How are you going to be part of that? Yeah, so I think let me just to give a list of the things that we spoke about. I think mainly it was visitations, it was clothes, some baby essential stuff that he will need on a monthly basis, and how we're going to yeah, to handle those, to share those amongst each other. And then visits with family members and relatives as well, because that's another thing that you don't want to make you frustrated, to say out of nowhere people are coming to say, oh, can we come see him? I mean, they are still part of his family, so it's fine that they would want to be a part of his life. But it's something that we had to sit down and discuss, to say it can't just be that people are coming over and he's just going back and forth without us having a plan. But now if I know that, okay, on Saturdays his grandparents would actually love to see him, then I know that day he'll be going. I can make my own plans and just have it structured like that. And then the other thing that the psychologist said, with that, following that, he was like, Sophie, you need to not have any expectations of uh, your child's father. The parenting plan is there, and it's there as a form of an agreement for both of you, and the expectations that you have on each other. But always have a contingency plan. And this has been the best advice to date. He was like, always have a contingency plan. Know that if he doesn't come through, what are you going to do? How are you going to step in? That way, you don't get disappointed by his actions, but also your son does get attended, the needs that he has for that moment that needs attending to, you can quickly attend to them. So it relieves you of the frustrations of, now I have to plan something that was unplanned, and now you promise this and it's not working. So this has been the best advice. I don't want to lie, it's given me so much peace, because even when it's expected that or when he says, I am going to do this by this time or whatever, in my mind, it's always have a contingency plan. So when that time comes and that thing is not done, I don't get mad, I don't get frustrated. I basically go to plan B, and I know that my son is sorted, and that's all that matters. So I just really wanted to share with you guys that if you are in the journey of co-parenting, or if you're just starting and still figuring it out, I would say honestly, just try start it on a clean slate. Do not bring into this new relationship everything from the past relationships, because that's what they are. They're in the past. It's all done and dusted. So the past is out. Try start on a clean slate. We're no longer partners. We're no longer parenting together. We're co-parents. what's our plan? And that's the next thing. Come up with a parenting plan to say, okay, our child needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how are we going to work this out between the two of us, And you understand that it's a plan, it's a guide, but obviously as time goes, you're going to learn to adjust it, and you're going to come into terms with what actually works for us and what doesn't. And if there's emergencies, how you're going to alter it here and there. So it just serves as a guide and an agreement for both of you. So when you're both separated, wherever you are, you know that, okay, we agreed that these are the restrictions, and this is what is allowed between us. And then the third thing is, if you are the primary caretaker of your child, even though there has been this agreement, always have a contingency plan for whatever your partner is expected to bring into the relationship, because they're not really in the present with the child. They're not the primary caregiver. They don't see these needs. They don't feel them like you do. They don't see the urgency sometimes. So they might just, you know, forget even that they said they're going to do it, let's say month end, for example, and now it's week 2 and nothing has happened. But if you have that contingency plan, you know that come month end, whether the person steps in or not, your child will be taken care of. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that you are well. I wish you grace on your children, on your family, everyone that is around you. Have a really nice Saturday. Have a blessed Saturday. And I will be uploading more sessions, and just be more reliant in the coming sessions. Thank you.